Hi guys, today I'm doing a Q&A video and I'm going to be answering some of the most frequently asked questions in my DMs. So let's get into it. Okay, so first question, are you a trained chef? No, I'm not. I'm not classically trained. I've never been to culinary school, though I would love to go at some point in my life. But I am 100% self-taught. Everything I know, I taught myself from watching other people cook and from watching a lot of TV. My TV is always on 175 and 174. So I do a lot of research as well. So I'm 100% self taught, not a chef. And please do not call me chef. Like, I think titles should be reserved for people that have earned them, and I've not earned my chef title yet. So, yeah, don't call me chef. Okay, so second question. Why are you the girl who ate Durban? Ha! Well, when I initially started my food page, I was not planning on cooking that much. It was mainly for me to go around Durban just eating at different places and showcasing different places that you can eat in Durban. But when I immediately after I started it, I found out that we were expecting, and so like my pregnancy cravings were kind of wild. All I wanted to eat was fries, so I didn't think I could go around eating Durban if I all I wanted to eat was fries. So then I ended up not going ahead with that idea and then just ended up cooking a lot. So I have not ate my way through Durban yet, but I am going to, I promise. And I will show you guys all the amazing places to eat. And you can suggest some for me too. That'd be great. Okay, next question. What inspires you? I'm going to say hunger, to be quite honest. I love food. I really love eating more than I love cooking, to be quite honest. So I'm always hungry and I'm always trying to find something different to eat. I love to explore when it comes to food. And I view cooking to me as sort of a challenge. Like if I find a recipe that I think is quite hard, I love trying it out and having it come together and basically just challenging myself and seeing how far I can go and what I can do and what I can achieve. Like most people go bungee jumping, I like to tackle hard recipes. It's a thrill thing. And honestly, I do love feeding people, to be quite honest. I love the expression when people taste something that you've made and they're like, oh my god, did you make that? So I really love that. Like it brings me a lot of joy. So I'm guessing it's hunger, the thrill of it, and feeding people. That's what inspires me. Okay, next question. Why Asian food? I get this question like a lot. I think every time I post something, people always ask me, why do you love Asian food so much? And first of all, if you were to make lasagna, nobody would ask you why Italian food. But at the same time, I think it's important for me to give sort of a background, my background with how I got introduced to Asian food and where my love for it comes from. So when I used to work at sea, I used to work with a multinational crew, and some of the crew were Chinese, and a colleague of mine who I work very closely with would make his own meals on Sundays and would share, and that's how I got introduced to it. And I was like, wow, this is good food. I hate spicy food, like food with a lot of spices. I don't really like spices, and I find that for me, Chinese or most Asian food, no, not most Asian, Chinese food in particular, is not like spicy. They don't use like a lot of spices in their cooking, and so that worked for me. And because the flavors are so clean, it's like they use fresh ingredients and vegetables and lots of vegetables in their cooking, and it's just like taking the ingredient itself and making the most of it without having to add more and more things to get flavor out of it. So bringing out the natural flavor of the ingredient, the main ingredient that you use. And so it was, for me, it was like, how can I use this ingredient and use every single part of it to make the most of it? So for me, the cuisine speaks like to everything that I stand for and everything that I like in food. So that's why Asian food, to be quite honest. Yeah. And next question. What is the hardest thing that you've ever cooked? Okay. I cook a lot of like complicated things, and I always say that for every recipe that I post, there's probably like 6 that I've tried out that did not work. And so like when I finally post one, it's the one that works. So I cook a lot of difficult things, but the one thing that I can remember now that gave me a lot of trouble recently was a chocolate mousse cake that I tried to make. And oh my god, so you have to make a chocolate coffee sponge, and that came out perfectly, and it was tasty, it was lovely. And so it's sponge mousse, and then it's all covered in a chocolate glaze. I made the sponge. When it came time to make the mousse, you have to temper the sugar. And so like I got the temperatures wrong, I got the temperatures mixed up, and I had to make a large batch of chocolate mousse. And usually when I make chocolate mousse, it's like for 4 people or whatever. So now I had to make a large batch of chocolate mousse, and it didn't want to sit. It didn't want to sit at all. I'd already made the batch. I'd already made the sponge, and all I had to do was put them together, but the mousse was not coming together. And oh my god, but it finally did, and it was great. I made the chocolate glaze and it was amazing. It looked pretty, but I was not happy with the pictures that I took, so I don't post it. Yeah, that is definitely the hardest thing I've done lately. But yeah, very rewarding to see it come together, I'm not gonna lie. Like when it actually comes together, when people enjoy it, it's quite rewarding. You're like, yes. Okay, next question. Any advice for anyone who wants to start a food page? Okay. Okay, the bottom line is to basically just start. But before you just start, I think there's a few things that you can take into consideration. So firstly, what it is that you are going to do, and what it is that you want to achieve with your food page. There is like 1,000,001 food pages on Instagram, but in that same breath, there's space for everyone. There's space for someone that is starting today, or someone that's planning on starting their food page next week, because we're bringing to the table very different things, and that's where you define yourself. So you need to define your food. What makes it stand out? What makes it stand apart from the rest? Why will people follow your page? So once you've figured out what it is that you want to do and what it is that you want to achieve with your food page, it does not have to be a different cuisine. But with what is being done, how are you going to improve on that? How are you going to make that better? How are you going to make that interesting? So figure that out first. The most important thing that you should remember when you start a food page on Instagram is that people eat with their eyes on Instagram. Your food has to pop off the page. It has to pop off the screen. When people see it, they should imagine what it tastes like. They should want to eat that. Learning how to take food pictures is probably the most important part when you're going to start a food page. So as with any craft, food photography needs a lot of practice. You need to practice. every single day, even with the stuff that you're not planning on posting. Just practice with that. And so the most important things that you need to understand when taking food pictures is that lighting is very, 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 very important. And I prefer to use natural light because it is the best, quite honestly, when it comes to food photography, because with food it's very important to show everything its color as it is and try not to mess with it a lot. So if you're going to be using artificial lighting or flash or whatever, it's going to impact on the color of the food that you're posting. So natural light is the best way to go. So lighting, time of day that you take the pictures. The only way you're going to get great lighting is to pay attention to the time that you take the pictures. So anything before 11 is great lighting. Anything after 3 o'clock is great lighting. But between 12 and 3, you do not want to take pictures during that time, even regular pictures, even selfies or anything. Sun is high up and your pictures are going to look very dark. So try to avoid taking pictures between 12 and 3 and after 6 p.m. especially if you live in a region where the sun goes down pretty quickly. Like Durban, I do not mess with photography after 5 p.m. I'm just like, I am done, that's it. So I usually plan my posts in the sense that I will cook in the morning so that by 10 o'clock I'm taking pictures, or I'll make sure that whatever I need to photograph, I do it after 3 o'clock. So lighting, timing is very important. The third thing that you need to pay attention to when taking food photographs is angles. You need to work on those angles, like different angles from the top, from the side, from at an angle, like in every possible angle that you can imagine. Try to get it up close, further away, anything, like any angle. Get on your stomach if you have to, like get on a chair if you have to, but try as much as possible to get different heights, different angles. And when I tell you guys that I take hundreds of pictures to find that one perfect shot that I am going to post, and they're usually so similar that you can't actually tell the difference, but I pay attention to detail very much, that I will go through each and every picture and I will pick out which one, what I like about the sun, what I don't like about the sun, what I like, and then eventually I'll find that perfect one and I'll work with that one picture. So it's important to take the time when you dedicate time to it, and a lot of practice helps. And the final thing would be editing of pictures. I try to keep the pictures as original as possible and try not to edit them too much, because if you doing the 3 things that I've already mentioned, your picture is going to be really good already, because lighting is going to make it pop, like it's going to be good. So I try not to use any filters when it comes to my food. I will add a bit of brightness if I feel like it's not bright enough. I'll add a bit of vibrance, I'll add a bit of warmth, and I'll just brighten it up a bit and then add some definition and sharpness. And that's the editing part of the picture. I do not use, I think I have like a few pictures that I filtered, and that's due to laziness, but I do not prefer to filter my pictures. I like to edit them manually. So once you've got the photography thing sorted, now you know what you want to do with your page, you know what it is that you want to achieve, and now you've been practicing, you've been taking a lot of pictures, they look good. So how do I get my food page out there? So the first thing that you can do is have the people that you know follow your page and repost and retweet your stuff. That's the first thing. So when I started, I used to bombard my WhatsApp contacts to follow me, to repost, and all of those things. So get the people that you know, your colleagues, your family, your friends, to share your work. Secondly, put your name out there yourself. I have more followers on Twitter, so I used to post a lot on Twitter and tell people and ask people to follow me. And also, I used to use my personal Instagram because when I started my food page, I started a whole new Instagram. I didn't integrate them. So ask your Instagram followers to follow you, and that's another way to get your name out there. And lastly, if you do have the money for it, you can promote your posts on Instagram. I think about 60% of the follows that I have came from me promoting my posts. So like if you have the money for it, do it. If you do not have the money for it, then it might take a bit longer. But if you promote, I feel like people will go into your profile and they'll see what they like and what they don't like. But it's all up to you, basically. And so yeah, those are the 3 things that I would say start with if you want to start a food page and grow your following. And obviously I don't have that many followers, so I'm speaking from a very limited point of view and experience. So this is what I know so far, this is what has been working so far, and that's probably why you asked me that question. So yeah. Okay, so next question. What are the 3 things that you cannot live without in your kitchen? I would have to say soy sauce, obviously. I'd have to say garlic. I love garlic, you guys. I add it to literally every single thing. I cook with garlic. I really cook with garlic. If I am in the kitchen, you are going to smell garlic, and I prefer whole garlic as opposed to the pre-crushed garlic. I feel like it smells pungent. It's very pungent, but lacks flavor. So like I prefer chopping up my own garlic. So that was soy sauce, garlic. I'm not sure if this question entails like the staples, like your salt, oils, and stuff. So I'm not quite sure, but I'm gonna say paprika. I want to say salt rather, but I'm not sure if the staples are included. But I'm gonna say paprika. I love paprika. A lot of people are like, it does not have flavor. And for me, not the smoked one. I do not like the smoked one. But like regular paprika is like gold to me. If I could have one spice, it would be paprika. I love it so much. I don't know why. I use it in everything. Like every single thing that I'm gonna cook probably has paprika. Unless I'm using 5 spice, then I will let go of the paprika. But if I'm not using 5 spice, then paprika is my girl. You guys need to give paprika a chance. And I think I love paprika so much because I love tomato-based sauces as well. So it works very well with tomato-based sauces. So yeah, so soy sauce, garlic, and paprika or salt, either one of the 2. Next question. Who is the most important person that you've ever cooked for? Okay, so to be quite honest, I recently gained confidence in my cooking skills. For a long time, I don't think that I was exceptional. I thought, it's whatever. So I didn't like cooking for people a lot. Like I'd cook the regular stuff. I wouldn't go all out because I was just like, what if they don't like it? What if you know? So a lot of my confidence has come from obviously the response that I get on social media when I post my recipes and people try them out and they actually like them. So it's a major confidence boost, and it's actually convinced me or made me believe that, hey, I maybe can cook, you know. So I haven't cooked a lot for people outside of my family and friends, and they're the people that are like, your food is great, your food is amazing. So, and that's also why I really like it when you guys tag me on recipes that you like, that I've shared and you guys have tried out and they came out amazing and you love them. It really is a confidence boost for me. So please, if you do try my recipe, please let me know if you like it or if there's anything that you would change about it. I do take suggestions. And also, the most important people that I'm hoping to cook for now is you guys, and that is why I put together this pop-up lunch that I'm doing on the 29th of March. And I hope you guys make reservations and you come through and you taste my food, and I hope you like it. Yeah, so yeah, that is it. And I think that's all the questions I'm going to answer for today. And if you guys have any more questions, you can drop them in the comments and I will answer all of your questions. So yeah, this was great. We should do this again sometime. Please do not forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell, and you'll get notifications every time I post videos. And please share my work, you guys. Please, I really appreciate it when you share my work. I post, like it, repost, watch my YouTube videos, have your family watch my YouTube videos. Yeah, thank you. I'll see you in the next one.